Welcome back. I hope you liked my little dance party intro. That song was just on as I was setting up and it was groovy as. I love finding new groovy music. Like, oh, it's life. Music is life. Anyway, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming at you with another handstand video leading up to my very exciting announcement, which, if you're watching this when this video is coming out, it's like less than a week away. So get excited, follow me on Instagram, click that little notification bell on YouTube, because I will put a video out on here so you can hear all about it. It's exciting, it's good, we're here for it. Pew, pew, pew. But today's video, I want to chat about how you might be sabotaging your handstand, specifically your handstand training, or maybe the way you're going about training. This is particularly good for beginners who are still in that early stages of learning to handstand, or maybe you've just discovered handstands and you're like, oh my gosh, where do I start, Ellen? Like, what do I need to avoid? What should I focus on first? This is the video for you. Sorry about the lighting. You know, it's a sunny day. There are also some clouds out, so deal with it. So, in my opinion, I think that there is an order to how you should go about learning your handstand. And I feel like this is a pretty common one for people to get mixed up with, because there's so many different aspects of handstands and you're like, where do I start? So one of the first things you should do when you're starting to handstand is getting strong enough, because most of your weight is going to be going through your wrists and your arms, and quite common, like those things they're just not strong enough to even hold yourself upside down. And also, you want to avoid injuries before you even get into training actual handstands. So that's why strengthening and prepping your body is so important, and why you should prioritize it first. So the next thing that I think you should prioritize is just getting on your hand, because it's going to feel super unusual to be turning your body upside down and having all of your weight go through your hands. And so practicing things like low drills or exercises like froggies, headstands, arm stands, they're all really good for just getting your body upside down. Because the other thing is, you want to start to get comfortable with being upside down, because it's very different and your awareness when you're upside down also changes. And you want to start to get comfortable with trying to work out like, oh, I need to do this with my bum. Like that means I need to like think my bum, I'm upside down. I need to tilt it like this way. So that kind of thing. Now, often when you get to this stage, some people, they get really excited. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to start kicking up into handstand, and I'm going to start trying to like think about like all of these like body cues to try and like work on getting my handstand nice and straight. This, in my opinion, I think is jumping ahead a bit too fast, because it sort of ties back to what I was just talking about, like getting upside down on your hands and just getting comfy. Because you need to give your body time to adjust. And when you're jumping straight into that body shape and you're like, oh, okay, I need to think about like tucking my pelvis under, like squeezing my core in, that's a lot. Like when you are trying to like work on all of those body cues at once, it's going to be very overwhelming. And that's why I think not worrying about your body cues for just a little bit when you're starting out, because you want to get upside down and you want to get a little bit stronger in that handstand shape, and then also you want to get that awareness before you even start to try and work on those body cues that require that awareness. And this is the time when you should be trying to practice consistently, because if you are serious about wanting to learn handstands or it's a goal of yours, training consistently is going to be the key to getting it. Like with anything in life, you need to make sure that you are doing consistent practice to get you towards that goal. So this is the time when you need to establish like how often you're going to be training and kind of like work out when you are going to train and how often, because this part is so important. And also a little side note, this consistency will help you to progress faster because you will be helping to strengthen your body a lot faster, and then you can start working on those body cues. Once you are in that stage of consistently training and you've gone through the phases of strengthening up that body and starting to get comfy on your hands and upside down, this is then when you can start to apply those body cues to when you're actually upside down. A little tip here is if you want to start learning these body cues early on, I actually have a whole bunch of exercises that are done lying down. So you don't have to be up in a handstand and be like, what am I doing with my body? Like, I know I need to do this, but I'm not sure how. This is why these lying down drills are great, and you can start learning them a lot earlier on compared to if you didn't and you're trying to do them just in a handstand. I will link this video up here so you can go and check that out if you are struggling with this or if you want to start learning them earlier on. But even if you have been practicing those body cues on the ground, this then is the stage where you want to be practicing those body cues in your actual handstand, whether that's against a wall or kicking up and just trying to focus on like one body cue to fix in your handstand. So let's recap because I feel like I rambled a lot just then and I want to make it really clear. So priority number 1 is strengthening. Priority number 2 is just getting upside down or getting on your hands and getting comfortable. Priority number 2A, I guess you could call it, is you can start practicing those lying down body cue drills. Priority number 3 is working out your training program. So making sure you're training consistently. Priority number 4 is then getting upside down, starting to practice those body cues in your handstand, and also this is a great time when you can start doing handstand drills. And if you have started handstand and you have kind of like jumped around with like what I've just talked about, don't worry, like it's not the end of the world. Like you now know what you can work on to work towards a nice progression in your handstand training. If you have any handstand questions, leave them down in the comments below. I love helping you guys out with them. Handstands, they're my jam. Nom nom nom. If you like this video, please give it a like because it really supports my channel, and hit that subscribe button to see oh my gosh, I cannot speak. Hit the subscribe button to see more videos just like this, and I will see you very soon for my announcement. Bye. Alright, bye. I'm stuck. What am I trying to say?